Professor Alawi, and on behalf of the Moroccan League for the fight against diabetes and the Faculty of Health, thank you so much for this warm welcome for myself, but also the other members of the Parliamentarians for Diabetes Global Network. It is a real honour and a pleasure for us to be here. I want to specifically acknowledge and thank Dr. Brahimi for his wonderful and strong leadership in preparing for us to be here in Morocco. So we are very grateful indeed for your leadership, for your preparation. He has organised an excellent program for us. We have to do a lot of hard work, but also he has other opportunities for us to learn more about Morocco and to enjoy a visit to Fez and to learn more and enjoy this beautiful country here in Morocco. So thank you for that especially. I would like to introduce my fellow members from the Global Network. We have my co-chair, Sir Michael Hirst, former Member of Parliament in the UK, and obviously will be speaking and sharing shortly, but also is a former President of the International Diabetes Federation, so a wonderful advocate for people with diabetes throughout the globe. Also co-chair Adrian Sanders from the UK, former Member of Parliament. We have Dr. Florian Bodog from Romania, who is a Vice President, please. And Susan Jackson from Bermuda, who is also a Vice President. And of course, Dr. Brahimi. And we have two apologies. So we are very honoured to be here, and thank you for this warm welcome we have received here in Morocco. I am very, very impressed with the presentations already. Professor Belkadi, thank you for your presentation and also your welcome on behalf of the Faculty of Medicine. That is terrific. And also now to Dr. Muzzini, who seems to know so much information and research and policy. Your mind is very comprehensive and large. Congratulations on all your work for the Ministry of Health and for your role in that space. There are many hard questions, I'm sure, coming your way. So thank you. And some of those key principles that we as members of Parliament agree with in terms of the importance of prevention. Prevention, prevention, prevention. Top three priorities across the world in our view. Prevention is so important. You've talked about the importance of sugar, salt and fat reducing. We agree. And can I just say congratulations and well done to Morocco and your government for leading the way, for taking concrete action to make a difference in that space. We say congratulations and well done. Also to the Moroccan League for the fight against diabetes, thank you for your leadership in this space. You have had your declaration and meeting in 2013. You had another one in 2015, and I have read your declaration, and I support your efforts and initiatives and congratulate you for what you've done already in this space. And clearly you are leading the way. The Middle East and North Africa region is very important, and diabetes is increasing at an alarming rate, and we are concerned, very concerned. The World Diabetes Congress was held in Dubai in 2011. I was there with Sir Michael Hirst and many others, and this is a very important part of the world, and I know Sir Michael will share more about that shortly. I would like to talk a little bit more about the role of world parliaments. And as I have said, I want to congratulate you for taking a leadership role under the patronage of His Majesty the King Mohammed VI. And thank you to the Ministry of Health and your Moroccan government. Can I just share a quote with you from the famous French president who said, "Politics is too serious a matter to lead to the politicians." And that is why your role here today is so important. The levers of public policy should never be left unconstrained. They should be constrained by the forces at work in the community, whether they be members of the community, members of the Faculty of Health, members of key stakeholders in sport or recreation, in business, in the unions, across the board. They should not be left unattended. You should make your voice heard. And you are doing that here in Morocco, obviously, and we congratulate you for it. Now, it's a serious matter, what we're talking about today. So at the inaugural forum in Melbourne in December 2013, we recognised that diabetes is a global pandemic. Members of Parliament from all around the world, over 50 of them, converged on Melbourne in conjunction with the World Diabetes Congress, and one of the key outcomes was the conclusion that diabetes is not just a health issue. It's an economic issue as well. It's an issue of development. This is important for governments to understand, because an investment of funds, taxpayer funds, to combat this global pandemic will make a difference for their communities, for their economy, and for society as a whole. It is not just a health issue. So we also declared that our mission as a global network of members of Parliament was to support and advocate for people with diabetes, their families, and those at risk. That is our mission. The person with diabetes, their families, and those at risk, that is our number one priority, to care for them, to support them, to advocate for them. As a result, we have support across all the political parties. So it's not just the Conservative side or the left side or the right side or the progressive side. It's across all the parties. We are totally committed to the people with diabetes, and this is really good. This is unique. This is strategic. This is brilliant for the diabetes community around the globe. And this organisation, the Global Network, is making a difference. Why are we convinced it will make a difference? Because it's already made a difference in our own countries, in our own jurisdictions, in Australia, in the United Kingdom, in Morocco, here. We can already see that a difference has been made. So when we get together as a global network, we not only make a difference and help and support one another in our own jurisdictions, in our own countries, we support one another, caring for one another, sharing information, sharing an education process, sharing training opportunities that may be provided in one country with another. We also then have focus in some of the big decision-making forums of the globe. For example, the United Nations. For example, the World Health Organization. For example, the World Health Assembly. And the targets that they're drafting and preparing. We can help and have an influence in that space, and we are discussing that over the next few days during our meetings here in Morocco. And we are looking forward to further strategies in that regard. So we, in Melbourne, encouraged world governments to make the fight against diabetes a priority in their own country. Every country should make diabetes a national health priority and have a national action plan to address it. If your country does not have it, you should lobby your politicians and encourage them, work with them for their government to make a national action plan to address the diabetes epidemic in your own country. This is a message we are sharing throughout the world. We are totally committed to it, and it's working. It's working, it's starting to happen, and we are excited by it. We have an objective in terms of eliminating discrimination. I am sorry to say that in many countries of the world, people with diabetes, type 1 or type 2, are discriminated against, whether it be in the workplace or in the public square. Young leaders, as part of a program for the International Diabetes Federation, one of the young leaders from China a beautiful, smart young girl, was in the workplace and because of her type 1 diabetes was removed from her job. Unilaterally, without notice, you're off because of her type 1 diabetes. It was being managed well, she's looking after herself well, she could do the job competently and capably. This is not on. We must stand against discrimination wherever we find it. So this global network is now providing an opportunity for sharing of information, education and exchange of views, policy positions across countries across the globe. That's good news. Since the Melbourne Declaration, you will see that we've grown from 47 MPs to over 150 members of Parliament from representing 42 countries. And can I say that this morning we have increased by 3 with Dr. Brahimi, his colleagues. Now, where are they? We have Fatima and Mohammed. Mohammed and Fatima. I'm not sure if Fatima's here. They're both doctors, members of Parliament. Here's Fatima. Stand up. Come on. Mohammed, you stand up. And they are your members of Parliament here in Morocco. We congratulate you, say thank you. And of course, the President of the Parliament, he was such a gracious host to us this morning, Mohammed Yatim, and showed us tours through the Parliament, but we also had important and productive and informative meetings thanks to Dr. Brahimi. So we met with him and had some good discussions, and he has also joined as a member. So there's 3 extra members we have. Please join up other members that you're aware of. Thank you. So that's good progress. Vancouver was last year. I want to share with you the Vancouver Proclamation. This is encouraging because it commits all the members of our global network to raising awareness and demanding that all governments prioritise the United Nations global health targets for diabetes to improve prevention, diagnosis and the expensive and unnecessary complications and early deaths of those with diabetes. Some of those facts. In 2015, according to the International Diabetes Federation, it said this last year there were 415 million adults living with diabetes, and Dr. Mazzuni increased that to 422 million based on the latest statistics in April this year. So thank you for the latest information. Based on those estimates, that number is likely to rise to more than 600 million by 2035. 600 million by 2035. With 80% of people with diabetes in low and middle income countries. Diabetes has caused more than 5 million deaths. 5 million deaths a year. 1 person every 6 seconds. This is a tragedy happening as we speak. Further, there are another 316 million people with impaired glucose tolerance and at high risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and this is set to increase to 471 million by 2035. You can see how drastic the situation is and action is needed. The World Health Day, Thursday, 7th of April, just a month or so ago, dedicated that day to raising awareness about diabetes. That's fantastic. What were we doing? I'm not sure what was happening in Morocco, but every country of the globe should have, and this is where the influence of the global network is important, we can get involved in raising awareness and promoting and supporting people with diabetes because of opportunities like that, the World Health Day. In Tasmania, my home state, I had a motion moved into the Parliament. All members of the Parliament were there, involved, and they became more aware of diabetes in my home state, Tasmania, Australia. They learnt about the figures I've just told you. They learnt about the important advocacy for Diabetes Australia, like here with the Moroccan League for the fight against diabetes. They learnt about the importance of advocacy. They learnt about the Vancouver Proclamation, which committed the global network to fighting to make a difference for people with diabetes. and providing universal access to healthcare, which I'm sure Sir Michael will talk about shortly. And it put on record the thanks of that Parliament to the Parliamentary Diabetes Global Network. So that is very encouraging. So, colleagues and ladies and gentlemen, I want to, in conclusion, thank you for the opportunity to be here and to say and promote the cause on behalf of the Global Network, and to say to Dr. Brahimi again, thank you for your hard work and your advocacy as Vice President for the Global Network, but also here in Morocco, and to say that on behalf of all of us, I think together we can make a difference. Thank you.